Hi! Welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk, I'm a wise clown, I'm an empath, and I like to do these little daily little talks and just on my take on the world, the collective. You know, it was a. I just had an interesting afternoon. I went to the supermarket and I left my keys in the big red truck. And um, I must have asked 5 people, you know, can you help me? Can you help me? Are you going that way? No, 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 no. Everybody's going south. Nope, you know. I had these 2 girls. I'm like, man, I thought Oregon was supposed to be a nice city or a friendly state. And these girls are like, we're not from Oregon. Well, that explains it. Anyway, so but I did get some help. A nice lady. It was funny. It was like, it was that's what I get whenever I get into judgy mode, or I think I know stuff that's. I think I get big. I get a little too big for my britches, and I just am brought down to earth. And there's a nice lady. It's a lady putting. I was walking to go back towards into the market, and she was asking people for help. Wasn't working, so I was walking, and there was a lady loading up her Jeep, and I was like, I looked at her, and I was like, and she looks at me like, and she kind of giggled a little bit, and I was like, well, I guess I'll ask. And and there's one woman that even was like, oh, I can't help you. I'm like, I live about a mile that way. Can you give me a ride to? Oh, I can't. That's way too. That's too far. Whoa, too. I'm like, why would you ask somebody what's going on and if they needed help? If you were like, if you had freaking, well, if you live in a half-mile radius from here, I might be able to help you. But otherwise, there's contingencies. I'll help you, but you have to fall into these categories. So stupid. Anyway, so Sarah gave me a ride in her Jeep, and she shared with me she's excited because her boys are coming home from college today, and she held and she's so funny because we had a lot in common, though we look nothing alike, and she actually did work for the state. And I was like, well, ain't that a kicker? Somebody from the state was helpful to me, and I guess maybe there's a shift, and you know not anything. I know that not 100% anything is all good or all bad. So you know all you gotta do is ask. And I told her, I said, thank you for making this what could have otherwise been a very unpleasant experience more pleasant, because I could have walked home. Good thing I didn't have any ice cream in the car, but she gave me a ride home and went back to the big truck, and I was on my way. But it's just like, I mean, I'm not even a threat. I mean, look at me. It's like when I see representations of people. I mean, look at me. I'm wearing pink pants with little blue sharks on my shorts right now. I mean, so why wouldn't? So when people don't want to help, it's just because they don't freaking feel like it. It's because they don't feel like it. It's not because they can't. There's no can't. People go through extreme circumstances to help people that they care about. Sometimes they do it, without even asking. They just, know presumably what somebody needs, and they do it. And I also had another, actually, before even all the busyness of the market happened. There was a visitor. I was in my room this morning, and Mom comes in. She says, Marge, there's a possum in the backyard. And this is just something that used to happen in Omaha quite a bit before they cut all the trees down. But yeah, there are always raccoons and possum, and it was always around the fall they'd start to get distemper, and they'd lose their grip, and they'd fall out of the trees, and then I find them in the backyard, either deceased or incapacitated, and I'd have to scan the yard to make sure that there weren't any before I let the dogs out, because they do carry disease, so the dogs don't need to be hanging out with them, and they're docile, friendly creatures, and I think they're cute too. So what was interesting is, and then I came out, and I put the Mom's apple cores. I give them to the birds. The crows like them, so I'll throw the apple cores out the back door, and it was behind the big red truck, and it was a big possum. It was like, as possums go, I mean, usually they're like this a little bit. This guy was freaking big. I think it was a mama. And so, of course, I had to look it up. Opossum totem. Totem. To read. Native American totem opossum. The greatest form of protection that a possum has is to play dead. It confuses many of its predators into believing that the game is ended. It is not uncommon for the rival to walk away, and then cunning little opossum runs for safety. Symbolism. Because this is the first one I've seen here, you know, I gotta look it up, right? I don't think I've ever looked up the opossum symbolism, but here it is for any of you that might need to hear it too. Move quickly and fiercely, adapting your strategy where necessary. You are being asked to lay low and blend into the fabric of your surrounding. Things are not entirely what they appear to be at this time, so simply saying nothing and doing nothing. So simply say nothing and do nothing. Allow yourself the space and time to see things for what they really are. Alternatively, a possum is letting you know that the universe is working behind the scenes to fulfill your dreams. Be patient, allow things to develop, and trust that you will know the exact moment to make your move. Take a passive stance at all that is happening around you. Which for me is not easy, because I'm an Aries and I don't usually take the passive way out of everything. But it's because I listen to my guides, you know, the synchronicity, the messages I'm getting from Mother Nature, you know, and listen, and all this aligns with astrology, you know, yeah, it does. All this aligns with the astrology for this weekend, and it's, I don't know, what is it? What went retrograde today? Is it Saturn? Not Jupiter. I think it's Saturn. Is that the most current one that goes retrograde, or it's coming up soon or whatnot? There's always something going on, you know. It's just check in with yourself and how you're feeling. It's important that people remember that, you know, when you have pains and ailments, do a body scan, you know. Lay there before you go to bed or when you wake up. Usually people don't lay there right when they wake up. Usually they get up and they go, or I do. But, you know, at some point you gotta lay there and check in with your body. You know, like if you get little tickles in your throat and sore throats and, you know, get tickles a lot, you might want to look into your throat chakra, your fifth chakra, you know, and oftentimes when you need to work on that, there are the simple things you can do by look up what the chakra represents, you know, and look what color it is, and maybe wear those colors, and you know, just, you could speak your truth. People don't have to agree with you, you know. My biggest lesson these days are doing it in kind of a diplomatic way. You know, I could be pretty curt and sharp with my tongue, and well, nobody wants to hear that. Anyway, so the weather's gorgeous. I got some more sun today. My cat comes in, starts meowing at me, and my mom's waking up. He comes in, meow, meow, want to go outside, and now we're coming outside in the morning, so our routine is adjusting and settling in a little bit, and mom's in good spirits, and well, you know, I don't know what else to say besides that, so I'm gonna go on my way today, and hopefully you all have a rad day. Peace.